The Al Yankovic story. I didn't know what to expect. I grew up listening to Weird Al Yankovic's songs, and I really did enjoy the parodies where Daniel Radcliffe is obviously playing Al Yankovic, and I wasn't sure how that would translate. I know he has transpired he has grown since his Harry Potter roles, but I still do see him as Harry Potter. Like, I still struggle to see him outside of that actual role, just because so many years of him being Harry Potter. But like, he's done really well considering all the other roles he's done, but he's just really struggles to break out of that. But where credit is due, he's done a really good job as Al Yankovic in this. Like, he did an awesome job of being that quirky, sort of lovable musician, and he's actually, I'm not sure if he's lip syncing or if he's actually singing in the film, but he's definitely, he does a fantastic performance. It took me a little while to work out that this was a parody movie, where I was like, did this actually really happen? Like, they go down some interesting storylines. Like, there's a whole interworking relationship with him and Madonna, where I did read up later on that he met Madonna for only like 45 seconds in real life. Like, it was a passing sort of comment backstage, where there's a whole relationship in this film that just goes absolutely bonkers, where the introduction of Al into his like stardom is really funny. Like, there's so many moments where I was having a good laugh, and it was just a really fun ride, where the world building and setting him up to be that quirky character, they've done fantastic. Like, he's always wearing a Hawaiian shirt. They've got the musical instrument that he's been famous for, and there's a really interesting sort of take of the father and how he was like shunning him for being so different, and it turns out we get the reason why later on. Like, everything does tie in. By about the third act, there was just this over-the-topness. Like, we got Pablo Escobar, we've got this massive fight scene that all breaks out, and that was just really over the top. It felt like they just went too far into that comedic side, where I would have liked them to just kept the same sort of tone of just keeping the original source material, but then just having those parodies in there. Because that's what Al Yankovic was. He had the original song, and then he would put his own twist on it and have that parody, where if you're going so far out of that realm, it just felt like they were forcing those sort of over-the-top slapstick sort of comedy. Like, there were moments where it was funny in that actual over-the-topness, but it just took away from the smart sort of comedy where it was just having those parodies, where the whole Pablo Escobar sort of scene and the Madonna, they just went really over the top with those ones as well. And I would have just, again, liked them to just sort of play in their lane of those little smart, quirky little parodies. But overall, it's a really fun ride. It's really enjoyable, and it's streaming for free as well. It's on Roku, I think. So you got to enjoy it. You got to go see it. Like, if this was in the movie and I paid for it, I would actually still enjoy it. So for me, it was actually a 4 out of 5. Like, everything in terms of the cinematography, it's all captured well. The characters are all interesting. There was no moments where I was like, oh, that was some bad acting, where the acting's really good. You can see the actors are enjoying themselves and they're having those comical moments. Like, there is some good chemistry between them, and it's definitely worth your time to go see it. So I've got a podcast as well. It's Movie Talks. If you want longer form and see some back and forth with those ones, that's on Spotify, Apple, everywhere the podcast's on the channel. I'm live on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, 7:45 Australian Central Standard Time. And you know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.